one track question. In a phrase, how do you describe your father?
I'll describe my father.
I better leave the phrase. I better leave the room.
Yeah, I'll wait till he goes.
Come on.
In a phrase.
Instead, one word. No, not a word. The phrase.
I don't know how to say it really. I've never been asked that question before.
Put on the spot.
Yeah. It's a great dad. Brilliant.
Is it?
Yeah. Honestly, not just saying it because he's sitting next to me.
No, come on, really.
Yeah.
Oh, close my ears.
No. Steve, about your son.
Oh, he's fantastic. I mean, I don't know how to say in one word, but just, I don't know, couldn't wish for a better son, really, all my kids are great.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky. I've got 6 fantastic kids, and they're all unique, and they're all got their own personalities, and they're all, I think the most thing I'm proud of is that they're all nice people. I think everybody says they're nice people, not just me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud of that.
No
matter what else they do, whatever they do, whether they're successful or not, whatever, it's I'm just proud that they're nice.
And how it was? Did you worry when you was a kid if you want to go to arts, and do you want him to go to a music lifestyle or something like that?
I've never had a problem with them. I mean, some people, quite often I get asked that actually, because obviously Lauren went that way as well with the music and everything. So no, I encouraged it because I mean it's been a fantastic lifestyle for me. It's a great life, and you meet some incredible people, talented people, funny people, and just travel around the world and get paid for it. I mean, that's not a terrible thing, is it? So. I think it's a great job and a great life. So, no, I absolutely encourage it. And I encourage them whatever they want to do, and whether they want to, 2 out of 6 of them are very musical. The others are not so much, and that they do whatever they want to do, and I encourage that as well. So whatever they're into doing, it's as long as they're happy, that's the main thing.
Yeah, Steve, but I ask you this because nowadays the scene and the industry is totally upside down from the time that when you started, and I'm sure that him being a new band, a new artist, it won't be easy now.
Oh, no, it's never easy.
Not that it was.
It's never been easy, but I think it's probably tougher now than it's ever been because of what's happening in the industry with downloads and everything else, and it's really tough to make a living, I think, out of being a musician these days, no matter what level you are. But it's like anything, you just have to work really hard, and he's shown that he can, and all his band, in fact, have shown that they're really willing to work really hard, spend the time, go the extra mile they need to do. Whatever they need to do is what they have to do, and to be prepared to just do whatever's thrown at them, and they've done that. They've been, and basically they help out with the crew, with the load in and the load out, so they have a really long day. They're not just swanning around like whatever and turn up and play and let everyone else do the work. They put in a really hard graft, work all day, and so even our crew are really pleased with them because they help out with the load in and load out, and they're just up for doing whatever they need to do, and that's what you have to learn that way. I mean, some people think he's got an easy road of it. He hasn't really. If they see how many hours that you have to put in and everything else, it's not that simple, is it?
No. Yeah, that's the thing. If that's what everyone says, having a great time and it's like a giant holiday. Obviously, it's great being on this tour. He's probably never going to be on a bigger one, but it is hard work at the end of the day. It's obviously it's great fun. Absolutely love it, but it is hard work as well.
I didn't know that because it's really that your father would just make you learn from scratch. Don't be.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to pull your own weight. We don't want to be, we don't want to be that band who are turning up late and making people wait and carrying our stuff for us and all that. We like to sort of do things for ourselves. So I think we've been doing alright so far.
And tell me, George, how did it start for you?
Music.
Yeah. It's quite obvious, isn't it? But
I guess so.
But pick up the guitar and.
I actually started playing the bass first when I was around 12 or 13.
You probably had a few lying around that time.
Yeah, it was just, I think it was one lying around in the living room, and I just, you know, sort of had my eye on it for a little while and decided to pick it up and start messing around. And after about a year or so, I think my sister had a 3/4 size acoustic guitar which she never ever played. So I kind of just stole it and started messing around with that, and just found out I sort of clicked with it a bit better than I did with bass, so I stuck with that. And I ended up doing all the writing on a 6-string guitar, so I sort of, you know.
Although he did a European tour with a band called World on Fire when he played bass for him, and I went and saw him in Paris when we were there. Anyway, already we were there, and so I went to see him, and he did a great job with And my nephew was playing drums. My nephew Joe, he was with Voodoo 6, recently. He was playing drums and he was playing the bass, but so he helped him out to do that tour, and he did really well with it. I mean, they sounded great. It sounded like they'd been together for a long time. I couldn't believe it. They sounded really tight. And then shortly after that, he decided, he wanted to go and do his own thing, play guitar. So, because that wasn't really the style that he wanted to do, was it? Really?
Yeah, I wasn't really involved in the writing process. I had my own ideas. I was coming up with on the guitar, and it wasn't really the same sort of genre of music. So I decided to just sort of start my own band up.
Yeah, they were they were a good band, but they were, I don't know, they were kind of a bit almost jazzy at times, weren't they? Some of the stuff,
yeah,
quite interesting musically. But yeah, not his cup of tea really. I think he was a bit frustrated. Musical differences, the usual.
The usual stuff. You know about that, of course.
Yeah.
What's the greatest advice that your dad gave you?
Probably to just stick to your guns. Like, don't let. There's been so many people coming and trying to put their sort of 2 pence in and trying to make you sound like this, or you should be doing this, you should look like that. Just basically just be who you are. Just stick with your, especially songwriting wise. Just if you think something sounds good, just go ahead with it. Don't let people say you need to sound like this, you need to make this for radio, you need to, that sort of thing. So I think that's probably the best advice I've been given from it.
And tell me, Steve, did you show him all the bands that you like Golden Earring, and did you
Yeah, I mean, when I used to drive the kids to school, all of them, I've had to listen to UFO and all kinds of stuff like that, with, with different stuff, but they grew up listening to that stuff, so it was natural to them, could even say it was a natural thing. I mean, there's a tight way,
UFO song.
boom, boom, but they basically, listen to that stuff, because I refuse to listen to pop stuff in the mornings, especially in the mornings. So they grew up listening to all, kinds of what I think is good stuff, and I think it really paid off from later on, because they kind of learned the traditional, styles and stuff, and then I think it helped influence the playing, and Lauren also was doing classic rock type stuff, and so I think that I think in that respect I've been a good father, rather than getting them to have music which is not so good. Yeah, I think it's it's quite important to bring him up, and of course he's a West Ham supporter, which is also really important. So I've taught him properly.
No. Tell me, you like Golden Earring in those weird bands that you play?
Yeah. I don't listen to too much of that sort of stuff, but yeah, I do appreciate the music. Yeah, I mean, it's all sorts of bands who's playing. When we was, like you said, when we was going to school in the morning, bands like Gun and stuff like that. Listen to the Gallus album all the time. I still like that album. I don't know, I used to listen to Vangelis a lot.
Vangelis,
like
yeah. Well, that was one particular album that I used to play a lot, which I still like. But yeah, 1492 was a great album. But of course, it's not UFO, but yeah.
And tell me, for instance, if he shows you a band like Avenged Sevenfold, do you listen to it? Or
he likes them, but then it's weird because Avenged Sevenfold was supporting Maiden, and I think some of their stuff sounds a little bit like Maiden. So,
true.
But it's funny because Dan, the other guitar player, is more into Avenged Sevenfold than George is, but you like him as well, don't you? But,
yeah, Dan and John.
Dan is really into them, and he was really into them and not so much. He hadn't really, not like George obviously grew up with Maiden, but Dan, didn't know Maiden so much. He knew some of it, but not all of it, and he was more into Avenged Sevenfold. And I said, well, it's just weird because I can hear that Avenged Sevenfold had influences from Maiden. I can hear that, and so it was sort of strange, And I think now that Dan has toured with Maiden, he can see it himself or hear it himself, as well.
Yeah. George, last time we spoke, it was in 2014.
Yeah, I remember speaking.
And you're saying that your album will be out in 2015, but
yeah, so we thought.
What happened now?
So we thought we were planning on releasing it towards the end of 2015.
Is it
whole
ready?
Time. It is ready now. Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, but we had a couple of tours come up, which kind of took up a lot of our time, and it kind of got pushed back. And also when we found out about this tour, we decided it'd be a good idea to wait to release it, to try and sort of gain the most hype and everything.
Okay.
And release it. We're hoping to release it towards the end of at the end of the tour, towards the end of the year probably. Okay. It's ready to go, and we can't wait to get it out.
Can you give me just a few more details on the album, or is it too soon and you don't want to speak about it?
I've not got a title yet or release date, but I don't know. It's.
Do you have a record label already?
We're not. No, not at the moment. We're still unsigned. We're in talks with some people, but we're still unsigned at the moment. But
okay.
I know the album's kind of similar to the EP. It's a bit more dynamic. I think there's quite a few different tracks on there, so it'd be interesting to see how it goes down.
Is it it's been difficult for you guys to open up for a band like Maiden, because you have people they are more down to earth and they probably think that your sound is too modern for them?
Well, that's kind of what we thought. We went into the tour thinking Maiden audiences are probably one of the toughest audiences to open up for in the world, because they're so loyal to Maiden. All they want to hear is Maiden, 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 as they they chant it every night. But we've actually been going down really well. I've been overwhelmed by the reaction we've been getting and the comments we've been getting after each shows, and it's been perfect. Really, couldn't be going better.
Cool. Book of Souls, it was very well received as expected, wasn't it, Steve?
I don't expect anything really.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. Just take it for granted. No, I think it's been received fantastically well, and in a way, it was a little bit surprising because it was a double album, and I thought we would get a little bit of flack for that, But in fact, it's been the opposite, really. Everyone seems to love it, so it's great. Take it all day long, really. I think it's a strong album. I wouldn't say it's our best album necessarily, but I think it's a very strong album, and people like it. So happy days, really.
And tell me, all the ordeal with Bruce, you just noticed afterwards? Or you didn't even notice
we didn't know
it?
No, we didn't know when we were making the album that he was had the illness or anything, and he went for the tests after the album finished, so he didn't know himself. Maybe he suspected that he had a problem, but it wasn't affecting his voice at all. And after the event, he went for some tests, and he wasn't expecting the tests to be bad, results or anything like that, and it was a surprise to him as well as everybody else. So. So last year was a terrible year, but this is a fantastic year because he's back and we're out there playing again. So I'm just actually really pleased to be out there playing again. It's just after the shock of thinking you've not got a band anymore, to going to this, it's fantastic, and even better to have George's band playing with us as well, getting fantastic reactions. It's an absolutely brilliant year. So I couldn't have wished for better really for this year.
And what about the adventure with the airplane and everything?
Well,
it's a party for you. You are grown-up kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's still. How can you not be excited about going on something like that? I mean, Bruce obviously loves it because he loves flying anyway so much, and going on a plane like that, and then even bigger and better than we had before. You think it can't get bigger and better, and it did, and it's just amazing. Then of course we had the problem with the engines and whatever, and this and that and the other. So there always seems to be something, to keep life exciting, and it's been amazing. And we've only got 12 shows to go, and this is the longest tour we've done in a while.
Mm-hmm. So
I think at this point in the tour, everyone's probably a little tired, but I don't think it shows on stage. I think once we get on stage, we're all 110%. But I know, I mean, Nico's already said it, you know, like 3 or 4 weeks after the tour finish, he's going to be climbing the walls again and wanting to get out there again, and I'll be the same. So, you know, I'll be going out at the end of the year and doing some stuff with British Lions. So, you know, I just love playing, and I think for me as well, after what happened with Bruce last year, it makes it even more important that, you know, you go out and play as many shows as you possibly can before you have to hang your guitar up. You know, I mean, he's just starting his career, and I'm kind of jealous of that in a way, because he's got a lot more years ahead of him playing than I have. But having said that, I've had a fantastic career. So if my career had finished last year, then I couldn't complain. But I just want more. I just love playing. So, and I think it made me feel even more than ever that how much I do love it. So. And to go out and be able to go out with MAIDEN and go out with British Lion in small and in large places, it's just fantastic.
The new album from British Lion, ready?
It's not ready yet, no, because we haven't had time, because obviously we did the album with MAIDEN and we've been touring all this time and everything like that. So we've got quite a few new tracks. We did a UK tour last year, and we did a couple of new tracks, whatever, and we've got a couple more. In fact, we've probably got 6 or 7 tracks that are completed, and we've still got to do some more. We've got most of them written, but they're not been recorded yet. So we've just got to find time, really, because I mean, I need to take a bit of time off after this. Obviously, have a recuperation, and I want to tour at the end of this year. So hopefully, try and get an album out next year, I think.
Okay. So you're going on tour before the release of the new album? Yeah,
we're playing some new material in the set, and so we did UK tour last time. This time we're doing mainland Europe, and basically we're probably only doing 2 or 3 UK shows. The rest of it's going to be Europe. Some places we never played before as well, like Poland, and of course we're playing Portugal, of course, but we'll be playing Poland, Czech Republic, and I think Greece maybe, and Bulgaria and places like that, Romania. And some places we haven't played before, so I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, I like getting in small clubs, so that's going to be good.
You probably were a bit jealous of him in the small clubs.
Yeah, they actually did some gigs with British Lion before, and they toured with Macedon and Gojira and all these other bands, and Tremonti and all these other people. And I'm thinking, well, you know, it would be nice to go and play some small places. Of course, he wants to play all of the places.
We actually played this place last year, not the room over the back.
Yeah.
Gojira.
That was a great gig.
Yeah. Really well, you know, that's the good thing. That's something I can kind of tell him, that certain countries and certain areas, I know what the audience is going to be like, so I can warn him, you know, beforehand, that this crowd's going to be insane, or this crowd's going to be a little bit maybe quiet. Because obviously all over Europe or all over the world, the crowds, everyone's different, you know. So it's nice to be able to tell him, you know, that how it's going to be, and he's kind of, you know, they're all prepared beforehand, so there's not too many surprises. Although I think the show tonight is going to be really insane, more than usual, because obviously Portugal won the cup last night. So I think Lisbon is always an insane crowd, but tonight's going to just probably be way up there, I think. I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you want to leave a message for the Portuguese?
Yeah, congratulations on winning the cup. Fantastic win, and amazing, just absolutely amazing. Really pleased for you all.
Did you root for Portugal? Of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not my second home, so I didn't. If I'm honest, I didn't think they would win the game, because I thought France, on paper anyway, had got such a strong team, and I really wasn't sure if they would, you know, actually, you know, pull through and win the game. Especially when Ronaldo went off, I thought, oh no, you know. But I thought they played more of a team afterwards. After he went off, they just played together, the togetherness, and it was really good to watch. And the more the game went on, the more I thought, wow, they can win this. And you know, it was fantastic. You know.
Are you going to dedicate a song to the Portuguese crowd tonight?
Well, we don't get too politically involved with gigs, but people know how it is. People know that I love Portugal anyway. They know that, so I don't think we need to say too much. But we'll see. We'll see if there's.
That's a message.
Yeah, yeah.
You started as a footballer, didn't you? As your dad did?
Yes, yeah, well, kind of. I've been playing football in local teams since I was about 5 or 6 years old.
He's too modest. He played for 2 years with Ipswich Town when he was 11 or 12.
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
had trials with other clubs also, and then he played up in Norway semi-professional. He's too nice to say that what he did, but
yeah, I've had a few trials here and there over the years. It didn't kind of
he
work
played
out.
semi-pro for a little while up in Norway, which is where you first started writing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
He was stuck on his own in an hotel room, telling me he was bored, and I went up to see him, and he was sitting in his room with his guitar, and that's kind of how it started, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I wrote a lot of our initial ideas and stuff when I was sitting in my room on my own in Norway. That's just how it sort of worked out. So it's a good thing, really.
So it was a deja vu for you.
It was a bit, really, because obviously I had the ties with the football before as well, and I think George could have been a professional player, maybe more than me even, I don't know. He plays in a totally different position, but I think he had the chance. I don't think he realises how good he was at the time, and he got offered to do a few different things, and he decided not to. What can I say? I was the same before. I couldn't tell him that, I insisted he should play professional football because, I did the same thing, many years ago. So I couldn't really complain. But I do think he had the talent to be able to be a good, really, good player in a good team. He doesn't think so, but I think so. Because I also have experience of playing with lots of different professional players over the years, in charity games and stuff like that. I've played with many famous players, and I know that he played in some. He played in some games up in Norway with some players from Liverpool and stuff like that, and players who had only just finished their careers 1 or 2 years before. So, and he didn't look like he was, in the wrong place, I should say. He looked comfortable in the company of players like that, and so I think he had the talent there, but he didn't believe in it himself. And you have to believe it. You have to believe, no matter what you're doing, you have to believe. Now, I think he believes in his music more than the football, so that's fine. That's good. That's fine, and it's fate. I think it's destiny.
It's brilliant because you guys are double gifted. Because usually the kids, when they started off, they want to be football players because they are their heroes, and then afterwards you got the music calling, or also to say. It's a pretty hard thing to choose, because most of the kids probably will choose to be a footballer. Well, if they aren't.
Well, in my day, mine wasn't a choice between one or the other. I actually stopped playing serious football probably 2 years before I started playing guitar. So it wasn't a choice between one or the other. I think with George, it became a little bit more like that because, he was writing guitar, like you said, he was writing songs when he was actually playing semi-pro up in Norway. So I think there was an element of that, but it wasn't like that with me. But it is what it is, and I think sometimes you just have to find your way. It's difficult. I think when you're young, you don't really know what direction to go in, and so you have to find your way. And I found mine, and he's now found his. If I'm honest, I was a little disappointed at the time because I know that he had the talent to be a player, and he didn't, unfortunately, believe in his talent enough. Whereas now it's different because I believe he's got talent now to go a whole way with his band, and I think he's got a little bit more belief in that, or well, I like to think so anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why he chose. Well, probably because he had the example from his dad. Yeah,
maybe a little bit, but I think his heart is much more into the music I can see that, you know, he has a passion. He did have a passion to a certain degree for the football, but it wasn't the same as this. I've never seen him, you know, have the passion for the football like he has with his music. And you know, I think I was probably more passionate about football when I was younger than maybe he you know, he was at the same age. So a bit of difference there. But you know, it's hard to say. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think now, you know, the sky's the limit for his band. I think so. I think, you know, I mean, the songs, you know, I might sound like I'm biased because he's my son, but then I can't pay him a big enough compliment because I wish I'd, you know, written those songs. To me, that's a high compliment because they are, to me, they are great songs. I watch them every night. In fact, I've only missed 3 shows, is it, on this tour?
Yeah, about that.
That's only because I couldn't get there physically in time, whatever, you know, but you know, sometimes it happens. But I've watched every other show on this tour and I don't get bored. I just do not get bored with it, you know, because good songs don't get boring.
Right.
And that's it, it's the bottom line. You know?
That's the secret.
I always say the life's blood of any band is the songs, and they have the songs. So to me, they have a really good chance. I think it's very, very tough to do anything in music these days. It's very tough for any band. But I think they have as good a chance as anybody because they have the power in the songs.
Cool. Have you been playing Legacy of the Beast?
I haven't actually, no. I mean,
oh, man.
Everyone in my band's been playing it. I'm like the one guy in my band who's not really a gamer, so I've not really been. I'm gonna give it a go just to check it out.
My younger son Stanley's been playing it. He's a gamer, and
he might have even completed it, isn't he?
He's 17. I think he has completed it, yeah. And he's crazy about games, and so he's been playing it religiously. But yeah, I mean, well, you've had other important things to do, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's been pretty busy. So, but I haven't played it myself either. I'm not, you know, I haven't had a. I like to have a go, but I haven't had a go of it yet. I mean, obviously, I was involved with a lot of the stuff with the music, of course, and you know, and checking the graphics out and this and that and the other, but I'm not really a gamer. So we went to the place in Canada where they made it, and fantastic people, really creative people, really nice people, you know, bunch of people, and you know, they were just very talented. And when they showed us all the graphics, it was amazing. Well, you know, you wasn't there, but
no, I didn't.
but yeah, it was fantastic. And so yeah, hopefully it's going to do well. I mean, it seemed, you know, I think the initial thing is it's been received very, very well.
Yeah.
And from what I can see of the game, I think the graphics are fantastic. So, as far as gameplay, I can't really comment because I haven't played it yet. But and even if I did, I don't think I'd be very good at it. I'm not really a gamer. But
anyway, you were involved. What about the headphones, Zonkyo? That's a brand that I never.
Yeah, that was something else which I wanted to do because I just, you know, I just felt it was time to have some headphones. I spent so many headphones, I tried so many out, and they're all built for the wrong kind of music for me. You know, they're too much low end and top end and nothing in the middle. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do, I'm going to see if anyone's interested in, so I can do my own set and have a set of headphones that portrays rock and metal how it should be portrayed. And because I think all the technology was moving further and further away from what rock and metal is. And you know, all that low end and all that top end with nothing in the middle is not what rock and metal's been about. So I'm happy with them. I mean, I suppose it's anything like that with any sound or whatever is a kind of a personal thing. So, but you know, again, they've been received very well. Most people have really, really, you know, liked them. So, you know, we'll see what happens.